Hi everybody! Woohoo! Welcome to another auction live coverage. Now today is going to be about half an hour long, and tomorrow we've got a mega VCA, not mega VCA, is it? Mega unified auction. Boy, you get used to saying something every day, and away you go. But we've got a mega unified auction for Friday tomorrow. Today's live stream will be a bit shorter, about 30 minutes, and we're going to cover the close of auction day 285 and the opening of auction day 286, and they're both unified auctions. 375 million. You can see it in the screen there. Before we get into the auction talk, let's subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and of course, if you want to join to support this channel, hit the join button. We've got Axionites, Elites, Heroes, and Krakens, 4 different options for supporting. Get in there on that one. All right, so let's get into the auction. Auction day 285 is closing. We got 75 million Axion up for grabs, $42,000, and we've got 12.61 ETH as the target. We got 10 minutes left in the auction, and no ETH in today, so it's a bit unusual, but that happens. We get the ebbs and the flows. So 0 ETH in there. We have had incredibly high gas fees as well over the last few days, so we're going to check that out too. The inflationary amount, of course, if we sell it at 12.61 ETH, would be 192 million Axion if someone does come in here just at the end and snipes the end of the auction. We've got 20, just under 30 million Axion per ETH, so 29.77 million Axion per ETH. That includes 7% bonus over the Uniswap price, which is 27.8 million Axion per ETH. But of course, you've got a longer staking bonus there as well. If you add that in, that's up to 27% bonus. So pretty nice bids in there to get that rate. It's very nice. All right, so that's that. We've got obviously another auction coming up, to auction 286, and that's 375 million Axion there. And of course, that's worth $42,000 as well. Followed up by our big mega unified auction, 3.9, almost 4 billion Axion in there, worth $445,000 US at the moment. 27th of August there. That's our Friday one. It's going to be a bit of fun. So pretty cool. Let's get into some of the comments. We got Axion, John Atkins, is hi Superman. Hey, good to see John Atkins and Kevin Wilson in the house. Hi everybody. Both Axion token members, channel members. So fantastic to see both of you in there as always. Very cool. All right, so that's where we are with the auction. Let's see if we might get a snipe bid at the end. Who knows? We'll find out. But let's go have a quick look at the burn at the moment. So this is from yesterday. Remember, yesterday we couldn't see the burn happen, but we're going to check that out now. Let me just quickly check the audio is up and running. Yeah, audio is looking good. So very nice. And you can see the burn here. We're at 1,003,466,822 Axion has been burned. It's just basically gone to the dead address there. And of course, that's 111, almost 112,000 US dollars. Isn't that mind-boggling? Really is great. 35.94 ETH worth. Wow. Amazing. And here it's got 0.9847%, which is pretty incredible there, folks. So really exciting. We've got 101.9 billion in the liquid contract on Axion, and of course that's basically about 1%. That's in like what was that, like a week or something like that? So I'm not even sure how long. That's pretty quick. So that's really exciting, folks. Man, you just get more of those sell out. Doesn't take long to have that cumulative impact on the liquid supply. And remember that 101.9 million Axion has got the Uniswap pool in it. It's got the dev pool in it. You just add all those up. So really the liquid amount was about 58 billion, sorry. And we got about 7 whales in there at the moment, which is unusual. Normally you might have 1, 2, 3 whales. We've got the 7 there at the moment. Obviously, it's a lot of changes on, so pretty interesting stuff. So really cool. Well done, everybody. 1 billion. That is a cool milestone. So we'll take that very much. Very cool. John Atkins says, amazing work, Superman, to still be sounding positive. Hey, absolutely, John. But all the way, consistency is the key. That's what I always say. Consistency is the key. And of course, exciting stuff coming up from the team. I think the community is going to be pleasantly surprised by some of the things the team has got planned. So very cool. Kenny Lai says, hi, everybody. Hey, Kenny Lai. Great to see you. Very nice indeed. And good to see Kenny in there on a regular basis. Very cool. All right, so that's where we're at on the burn. Very cool. That's 1%. Let's take the significance of that in. Very nice, or indeed. So let's close that out. And of course, let's have a look at, obviously, no Bitcoin at the stage because no Ethereum in there. We've still got about 6.5 minutes. We'll see if we get sniped. Let's go have a look at the gas prices. This has been an issue. Of course, it won't be an issue eventually for Axion. But it is at the moment. So Let's go to gas now and quickly look at the gas prices as well. This has been normally around the auction opening and closing period. It's normally quite low, but we've still got kind of high at the moment. Not as high as it was yesterday. Remember, we were up at 88 Gwei when we were doing live stream yesterday. It was going down to 66, 88. Today it's at about 55 at the moment, 54. That might come down too. That means the Uniswap is somewhere between $16 and $20. And of course, OpenSea, which is the closest thing to the auctions, probably about $75 going to the auction at the moment, is my gather. Let's have a look at the gas prices. Yes, they've been pretty horrendous the last 2.5 days, maybe even 3 days. That has been a big hindrance to the auctions. Obviously, that impacts a lot of smaller players that might go into the auctions as well. We do have the mega unified auction on Friday. Will we see some whales and will we see some big sharks or something like that, or big new investors come in that? I have a suspicion we might get some bites in there on that mega Friday one. I just have some suspicions about that. So this one here, there's the 4 billion in it. If a big player wants to come in, that would be a big time to come in for sure. So we'll keep a lookout on that. That's why join me tomorrow, of course, the end of the week, the mega unified auction. It's going to be the first one of its type, really. So we're going to see how that plays out. And so join me for that. And like I said, today's live stream is going to be about half an hour long, so a bit shorter than normal, but we'll have a decent sized auction coverage for that one tomorrow, which will be fun. So pretty cool. All right, so we've got just under 5 minutes to go, folks. Just count it down. Will we get sniped in there? We're going to find out. It is really nice, juicy Axion per ETH there to pick up as well. And there is some good news coming. And there's been some sniff of that today in the Discord. If you've been in the Discord, you may have picked up something that is part of that news flow. So if you haven't, then you probably missed it. So let me know in the chat if you want me to draw it out for you, and I'll let you know if you haven't already seen it. All right, so let's have a quick look. We've got 317.8 billion total supply, 61.2 billion liquid. Of course, that includes about 3.5 million for the dev wallet. So still, like I say, sitting at about 67.5, something like that, 57.5 billion, 256.6 billion staked, and we're sitting at about 81.5, something like that, percentage staked. We happen to fell over the top 1,000, so we're back at 1,018 at 26,427 stakes. Average stake size pretty same as every other day, 9.43 million, but of course, average stake length is pretty awesome stuff at about 6.9 years, 2,545 days. Market cap not under 10, so it's still holding up there, 11.35, and the share rate is so close to 1.2 at 1.1988. So that's pretty cool. Let's have a quick look at the shares. 676.4 billion shares as well, and the max share club 144.55 billion, and stakes at 9,651. Wrap Bitcoin still sitting at 169.77. That will only increase, of course, if we get some bids into the auction. And we've had 142.9 Bitcoin drawn out, and it's worth about $8 million at the moment under the current Bitcoin price. Let's have a quick look at the Axion price, of course, 0.0011207. So it's just down a bit today. Obviously, the market has had a bit of a retrace since Bitcoin jumped over 50,000. And so it's just drawn back a little bit there. We're going to check that out in the opening of the next auction. We'll check all our stuff. We've had a little bit of sell-off going into there in the last wee while. But we've had quite a lot of green days, right? So we've got a bit of a red day today as well. That's on the hourly chart, of course. So let's go back to the auction, and we've got 2.5 minutes to go. Let's see how we get on. All right, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Woohoo! And then we're going to get into the old news there. Neil Robinson's in the house. Hi, sir, and all sirs. Hey there, hi there, Neil. Good to see you in the chat there, as always. Very cool. So welcome to Axion Token Channel. If you're not familiar, Axion is a certificate of deposit and also has dividends, wrap Bitcoin dividends on top of it. Depending on how we sell out the auctions every day. We have ebbs and flows in auctions. Sometimes they sell out, sometimes they sell out partially, sometimes they don't sell out. On a rare occasion, very rare, that you won't get any ETH in there. Neil Robinson says, good having those green days, of course. Yeah, well, we had about 3 or 4 green days in a row. That was pretty nice. And there is some pretty exciting news to flow to come as well. So we're going to check that out in the new opening hour when we start auction day 286 as we head up towards 300. So it's going to be fun, folks. Pretty sure I got the auction days right. Sometimes it's easy to miss it if you don't do it properly. Easy to trip yourself up, but I'm normally pretty consistent with it. So there we are. All right, so not looking too bad there. What have we got? $3 million liquidity in the pool, $32,000 in daily volume. That's the smallest one we've had for a few days now. 32. We've normally been doing pretty well on the daily volume. 478 in the pool there. So we were just over 500 a couple of days ago. So sitting at 478, and we were sitting under 13 billion. We're now at 13.36 billion. Axion in the pool there. So we want that to reverse around. And the way we get that, of course, is getting some green candles as well. So I'll change it to the daily chart there, and I'll take some of the indices off as well. And let's go max page there. So that's how we had 1, 2, 3, three basically green days, a little red day there, and then we've had a couple of little red days pulling back there, but we're still up quite a bit, so that's not too bad. We'll check out the percentages anyway. We've got 30 seconds to go, folks, in auction day 285, and then we're going to start auction day 286, which is also going to be 375 million Axion up for grabs. So the gas prices have been pretty high, like I say, $75, $85. They probably deter a lot of smaller players going in. But once again, maybe some of the bigger players are waiting for Friday with the mega one as well. So you've got a bit of game, possibly a bit of incentive game playing waiting there as well. So we'll see. I'm not sure whether whether the system's still, anything unsold from what was previously the VCAs is still flowing into the Friday. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. So we'll find out in due course. All right, we're just counting it down. Oh, we just finished. So there we are. Just do a refresh of the page, and we'll see whether there was any update there. And bam. Okay. So this is probably the first auction that I recall that we haven't had any ETH in it, which is pretty interesting. We've actually been selling probably, 50% in the last couple of auctions. So that's the first day that I recall selling zero ETH in it. So that's pretty interesting stuff. Hey, bound to happen at some stage, I guess. So that's just the way it is. We're going to update, of course, the auction, and let's refresh it and see we can get this new one updated. I'm not even going to know when it's updated because it's still got zero on the ETH bid there. So I have to wait to the to updates. Let's join on to that. Let's scroll down as well. So it's still showing that yet, so it's not updated yet. So we're just going to have to wait for a second or two while it does its thinking. Let's try it again now. We're going to update the auction for auction day 286. We'll be opening unified auction, and I think that has actually updated just now. So there's going to be no burn for yesterday, no Axion burn, no Wrap Bitcoin dividends burn for yesterday. That's probably the first time, like I say, that we've had an auction where we haven't had any ETH in it. Just trying to think right back through all the last 284 days before that. I cannot remember an auction that had nothing sold out there. That's tomorrow's one. That's going to be the mega one. We're going to do an extended live stream for that. That's going to be a lot of fun, folks, and I'm sure we'll probably get some big action on there if the whales have been waiting for that. So there we are, folks. This is today. Auction day 286 is open. 24 hours. It's going to last 375 million, $41,778, and we've got 12.53 ETH to sell it out. If we do sell it out, we'll get 191.7 million Axion burnt, and of course, on top of that, we'll get Wrap Bitcoin divs going to stakers. So yesterday was the first day. Most stuff really, and price to enter just under 30 million per ETH, plus obviously if you stake longer, 35.7 million Axion per ETH. So that's the bonus there versus Uniswap, which is just 37.8. Remember, minimum staking period is 60 days if you do enter. The links for entering the auction are in the video description. You come to this page, hook up your wallet, and then you just send max to your wallet and to your bid. You can bid, say, 1 ETH, for example. Your 1 ETH will show there. You'll have a bid line below called My Bets, and it will show you your bid. Then at the end of 24-hour auction, you can then withdraw and stake. So 2 ETH transactions get in there, and just try and time the ETH fees at the moment because the gas has been high. All right, so very cool. So that's that, and I think we've gone through everything in here. We're going to go back in time here quickly, and then we're going to have a look at the price, and we'll have a look at Discord. So let's scroll back there, and then we'll also look at the market. So yeah, not a lot of transactions in the last day. Interesting. Markets pull back. People probably a bit holding on to the ETH. Maybe we're looking for a rebound. That sort of thing's going on as well. So that's the other factors. A lot of factors moving at the moment after we had that nice bounce over 50 and then coming back below 50 for Bitcoin. We're going to check that out, but it's holding steady at the moment. So there's a big whale there. So new stake crab become a shark with a 1.4 billion stake there for 30 days. So that was interesting. And lots of people taking out Bitcoin Another one there, shark, then become a shrimp. 15 days, 1 billion. So these big accounts are playing at the moment. So, and we had some more cash outs. What else we got in there that's going on there at the moment? It's a couple of max stake in there and a lot of Bitcoin. So not a lot of action there today. So very quiet day, plus 0 in the auction. It's got to be record time. Never have any ETH in there. Very interesting. All right, so like I say, we have got market pullback. We have got high ETH fees. So that is probably some factors taken into account as well. All right, let's jump into full screen on here, and we'll have a look at the percentages. So this is the last couple of days since we had the new unified auction pumping up. We were up about 64%, very nice on the gains there. But then we've come back down from about. Let me just redo that there on the old thing. So we're back down about 16, about 16.5%. So up 64, down about 16. So let's see if we take it from the bottom, of course, we'll be able to say that we're still up 37%. So still up 30%, but we were up 64. That's how it rolls, folks, at the moment. So let's have a look. We're on sitting actually just below the 100-day rolling average, which is the blue line, but we're well above the 0001 line there at 0011. So not well high above, but pretty decent there at the moment. We're not on the average of the Bollinger Band, still on the top of that, of course. Let's have a look at the other ones. Yes, the CCI index coming back down, but still over 0, so still pretty good. The MACD is still holding over the signal line, and the DMI just moving back towards the signal line there too. So sort of a mix there. Let's see. Hopefully we can get another move up tomorrow. All right, so very cool. Let's close out of that, and let's have a quick look at the markets as well. Go to the CoinGecko. Yeah, so actually quite a decent, like under 37 now. We were sitting over 37, so it's failed to recover at the moment to get back over 50 and stay over 50. When it did go over 50, managed to fail. Ethereum's back down to 3,100, and Cardano at $2.60. Now Cardano is the pick, for September the 12th with the fork coming up. I think it's the Alonzo fork. So we're expecting that. So we'll see whether that decouples from the rest of the market. It's going to be interesting to watch that one. Binance at 484 and XRP at $1.12, Dogecoin at 27.5, and Polkadot at 24.60, Solana at 67.63, Uniswap at 25.72, and a Bitcoin Cash at 6.21, Litecoin at 170, and Chainlink, just to wrap off the top 15, is at $25. So interesting stuff going on there. Let's have a quick look at the Bitcoin, of course. So people might be holding on to the ETH, right, and not bidding into auction for that as well. You sort of get the converse. When it's going up, they hold on to the ETH because they want to get the US dollar gain. When it's being pulled back, they maybe think, oh, is it going to bounce back and I get my US dollar gain back? There's a bit of that going on. So we'll see how that goes on. Obviously, they may even switch some of the ETH out over into USDC, trying to protect the US dollar value as well. So lots of stuff happening there. All right, so let's have a look at this is the last 24 hours. We actually did bounce back up to 49,320, so really volatile on that one, after going down to about 47,300, and now we're back down here again, flowing down there back to 46,792. Wow. All right, so we'll have to keep a close eye on that, and let's have a look here. So that's the last 7 days. So we did peak up there just over 50, but we didn't hold it. We didn't have a close really. Well, technically it was a close, but didn't hold it up there for 24 hours, holding over it, and then it's back down. So we'll see whether it fakes back down here and has another go. We'll look out for that too. All right, so very cool on that. That's the Bitcoin. Let's have a quick look at Ethereum while we wrap up the market commentary here. We've got obviously total market cap is at still at just under 2.1 trillion. We've got Bitcoin dominance of 42.4, ETH at 17.5. So it's still pretty similar. Let's have a look at the ETH, of course. Both down about 3.5% in the last 24 hours. And let's have a look here, the last 24-hour chart here. So it shows you where we're at. We bottomed down about 3,100. We tried to make a recovery here to 300 almost, 2,250 anyway, 3,250 I should say. Back down at 3,100. And let's have a look at the last 7 days. We were up at 3,300. Just pulled back down to about $200 back so not quite as bad looking as the Bitcoin chart there. All right, so very cool. Let's jump back out, and now we're going to go into Discord now. Have a quick look in Discord. Actually, before we do that, let's go and have a quick look at Cointelegraph as well, and see whether there's any insights on the Cointelegraph. We've got Three Arrows Capital, Crypto Source. That's a little bit old, maybe. Tiro, OnlyFans, Fox Corporation, asset managers, and companies accumulate 1.2 billion worth of Bitcoin. So we have the options closing out as two. So that were closing out. I'm not sure if they have or not because I haven't been watching that close enough, but they were closing out. So it was a lot of buying from Sawyers again on that. I think we saw that yesterday. So a lot of stuff going on there. Yeah, Ethereum traders expect volatility ahead of Friday's 820 million option expiry. That's probably the most interesting one there. So that's pretty much, and Cardano Foundation partners will confirm for the compliance there. So it's probably some of the interesting articles. So definitely check that out if you have a chance. I'll get back on that, and let's go to let's do some rain in the chat there. Let's go check out the announcements there, and we'll check that first. Let's go in here. Yesterday 9:32, and that's looking good. So it's no new announcements there. Let's jump over to the general chat and check that out. And we'll do some rain, let's rain on the people. Rain, let's say last hour, 1 hour, and let's do, I don't know, let's do 3,000, 1, 2, 3, and bam, let's do that. Some rain. Nice there, some nice rain going on there. Hey, someone else rain there too. So pretty cool on that. All right, so that's pretty it. We did have some insights there. We're going to jump back to the auction and wait for that to happen. Meanwhile, I'm just going to take this off the grid, and we're going to go to auctions there, and I'm going to move that over to there. Let's have a look. So that's where the auction is. We're going to watch that for a few minutes. So get into the chat, folks. Say hello, of course. As we wait for some ETH, we might get some sniped in at the moment. Every day is different in the auction, so you never know what time of day someone's going to actually bid in. So we're going to look out for that for sure. And check out. Yeah, so we're going to check that out, and looking good. All right. So there are 375 million waiting. We're about 11 minutes into the hour, and we'll see how we go. We've got a few minutes to go. And yeah, we're going to have 7 more minutes of the live stream. So we're just going to have a short live stream today and cover the close of auction 285, which was probably the first day I ever counted in 285 auctions that we had zero. Just trying to think way back when we actually had zero on another day. And like I say, we've had pretty decent pullback after hitting 50K. We've got high gas fees at the moment. So probably some of the big key drivers there in the auction. But it is still pretty good prices, of course, to get in the auction at the moment. Still a buyer's market. I think once we get up to like 0002, the market starts to pivot, especially once we get to 2225. So once we get back to the 200-day rolling average, that yellow line there, you're really starting to, that's starting to pivot now towards maybe an intermediary zone between a buyer's market and a seller's market. And definitely, I think once we get up to, let's do the full screen here. This is the full daily here from the beginning. I think once we get up to this here, this 00035, that's when it starts to pivot from maybe even quite a bit lower than that. Actually, probably a bit lower than now. Probably maybe 0003 start to pivot between a buyer's market and the seller's market. So we'll keep watching out on that. Kevin Moore says, any news on how many qualified for Fable airdrops? No, I haven't seen anything on that, Kevin. Good question, though. And John Atkins says, you mentioned good news in Discord. Just scan quickly, but can't see it. Andy and Telegram hinted at something in the next few days. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about there, John. So we'll see whether that comes into play there, John. There is some good news coming. We'll just have to be patient and wait for the surprise. Wait for the surprise. That's all I can say. But there is stuff in the pipeline there, and I think that we're probably all pretty excited about it. John Atkins doesn't muck around. You don't muck around there, John. So very cool. All right, so just counting it down, folks. We are about 14 minutes in. Hope you guys have had a good day. Man, it's probably maybe late Wednesday or early Thursday in most places. It's currently well, if it's late Wednesday, it must be very late. But it's currently 7:16 p.m. on Thursday here. So you know, by the time we get tomorrow, it's Friday, so that'd be the end of the week for a lot of people. John Atkins says somebody said 300 for Vabel, and the reply was roughly that for valid addresses. Okay, interesting, John. Thanks for that insight. Yeah, I don't expect it to be more than. I don't expect it to be 500, but I do. There were quite a few, maybe 2 or 3 days before. The last day was not many because the gas fees went up. Remember, so that caught a lot of people off guard that may have wanted to go in there. And so I think you might be right if they were fully qualified, if they vet it like they did 7 days ago, where there was 90 people that didn't qualify because they didn't fill the form out properly, then you might be right about 300. I think, yeah, max, I think maybe 350 max, but yeah, I don't know the answer. If you want to, you could hit up Pullen, but looks like John has already said that they may have roughly replied to the 300 number. It probably seems about right. So maybe, boy, that'd be really good results. Let's have a quick look at the Vabel price at the moment, see what that's going to be worth as we go, because that probably pulled back as well at the moment. So VAB. So look, it's 1815 is the rank on CoinGecko. Oh, it has pulled back quite a bit actually, because remember it was up at about 3.6 cents at one time in the last week, and it's back down at 262. It's about 3.1 yesterday, or 3.2. So 25 was it 5250123. So 137 at the moment. So let's do the old calculator on that. 137,500 say, divided by 300. That's $460. That's pretty good. If it ends up like that, that'd be pretty good. I think even if it's lower than 300, it's 280. Depends on the vetting, right? And so let's say it's 300, 350. Yeah, that's definitely definitely a good range for that. Plus, you also got the Vabel, right? You got the Vabel in your wallet, and then you've also got some staked Axion there for 350 days. So that's not too bad. Hey, Free Willy's in the house. Hey, Free Willy. Hello, everybody. Hey, good to see Free Willy out in the house. Another Axion token member. Very cool. And so yeah, not too bad. So let's do a little refresh here. We've obviously got 23 hours and 43 minutes to go for the auction. We're going to do, like I say, we're going to do a shorter coverage today. It's going to be about half an hour long, so we've only got a couple of minutes left for that. But tomorrow we'll be doing full coverage of the mega unified auction. So it's going to be a lot of fun. 4 billion Axion up for grabs tomorrow. So hopefully you guys all come along and get excited for that, because that should be a bit of fun. So it's this one here, $441,000 at the moment. So if we get some ETH in here, of course, it's going to help prop up the market. It's going to give us some buys in here as well. So we'll look for that. We can't see the auction buying address in here at the moment, but that could be quite nice. And of course, if the Bitcoin decides to pivot itself around as well after Friday with the options expiring and all the rest of it, then that could be interesting too. So there's a few things to go. Free Willy says, let's sing a song, Superman. I don't know. I just can't think of a song. I don't know. Country road, take me home to a place I belong, West Virginia, Mount Mama, something like that. That's probably as close as I get there. I could have probably put I do have a singing voice, but I don't put my singing voice on. I am a baritone, but I've got to change my voice altogether for that. All right, so very cool. Otherwise, I'm just sort of doing my fun sort of bar singing. Well, the bar singing we sound off key. That one. All right, very cool. I hope you enjoyed that, Free Willy. That was a song breakout there. Song breakout. All right, so that's where we're at the moment, and I think we've covered a lot of the topics, to be honest, at this stage. So very cool. We'll close out of there, and we'll go back to the auction page. So we're currently we'll probably keep going till 20 minutes in, so we've got a minute and a half left of the live stream, and that will be about 32 minutes once we're finished on active. John Atkins says that's your fault, Free Willy. Nice one, John. I love it, John. That's a great sense of humour. And Free Willy says, wonderful. I appreciate that. And thanks, says Free Willy. Hey, you're most welcome. That's hilarious. Nice one, John. That's so funny. All right, very cool. All right, so we got 29 minutes in. We're gonna have to be. We've got 23 hours and 40 minutes to go, folks. It's going to be a bit of a day there waiting, and yeah, we're counting it down. Like I say, probably going to end the live stream in about 30 seconds, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. But we're going to have a special, a mega unified auction tomorrow. It'll be the first of its kind, and so we'll see how that goes down. Should be a bit of fun. 4 billion Axion up for grabs. Let's see if we can get some big whales or big sharks or something like that, enticed to eat some of that up. That'd be really great. And John Atkins says happy. Yeah, that's hilarious. All right, very cool. All right, 14 seconds to go. We're counting it down. 20 minutes into the opening sniping hour, of course. We've got 23 hours and 40 minutes to go, and we'll wait to see what we get in terms of ETH. So do join me tomorrow for the mega unified auction. We'll have the close of this one, auction number 286 plus the mega auction 287, and that's going to be a lot of fun for sure. Make sure you're rested up. Obviously, it's going to be the end of a long week, so it should be not too bad for you guys. Actually, Free Willy says, "Hi, you're funny, John." Yeah, John's funny, right? Pretty cool. All right, well, I'll end on that note, and I'll catch you guys all tomorrow, and we're gonna have a bit of fun then. So take care and peace out. I'll see you in Discord. I'll be in Discord as well, so you can catch me in there. But cheers on that one.